Resentment. Yes, that was it. Resentment. She might have reason to be wary of him, but why in Hades should she resent him? She was also dawdling, but he would not be put off. "Your direction, ma'am." She quickened her steps as if she might outpace him. A thin, sour thing, all sharp angles and antipathy. He kept up without effort. "Unwise to venture out alone so late, ma'am." "I merely wish to walk." "I have no pressing engagements. If you desire a stroll, I could escort you for miles." Her angles became harder, which vaguely amused him. A blessing that, on such a dismal day. They'd arrived at the main street of the town. He saw no one else on foot, but this was also the Great North Road, lined with inns, all still open, hoping for late trade. A coach rattled by and turned through the arch to the Golden Lion, the best inn in town. To the left lay the Queen's Head, a mangy, ill-run place where he'd failed to drown his sorrows. He'd escaped into fresh air, but fresh March air was cold up here in Yorkshire, and the next London coach didn't pass by until early morning. He'd need a bed for the night somewhere, but could only afford to share a room with others. The woman was simply standing there. "Forgotten where you live, ma'am?" he drawled. She turned sharply to face him. "Why are you walking the streets at night?" "A man is allowed to, ma'am, especially one with a sword, who knows how to use it." "Men are allowed anything, whilst we poor women have no rights at all." "Ah. What man in particular has offended you? I have a sword and know how to use it." She gave a short laugh. "You'll not call out my brother?" "He wouldn't fight?" "Only in court. He's a lawyer." "The lowest form of scum." He meant it as the general common jibe, but she said, "He is indeed." What had the fraternal scum done to her? Something he could avenge. He was done with war, but at this moment, bloody violence would be immensely satisfying. "His name and location," he demanded. "You're ridiculous." "Perhaps he has an excuse for scumminess if you flail him with such a razor tongue." "You'd be sharp if—" Oh! It was pure exasperation. "I suppose, being a man, you'll insist on having your way. Very well." She marched across the street and into a lane lined by rows of small cottages, where she stopped by the fourth door. "Good night, sir." The breathy hiss was angry, but cautious. So, she didn't want to alert the neighbours to her improper behaviour. The only light here escaped from a couple of shuttered windows, but Kate could tell her small house probably had only 2 rooms on each floor. From her bearing and speech, she'd come down in the world. "Is your brother inside?" he asked quietly. "No, thank God." "Will he be back soon?" "Live here. Aaron." She laughed, but quickly covered her mouth with her hand. Something was wrong here, and he found lame ducks so hard to ignore. It was the bane of his life. "If you were to invite me in, ma'am, perhaps I could advise you." "Invite you in?" She looked around frantically, seeking listeners. "Go away." "I'm not planning a rape. You need help. But we can't discuss your situation here." "We can't discuss it anywhere. Go away, or I'll scream." "Truly?" she hissed in a breath. "You wretched drunken—" A door opened nearby. "Who's there? What are you up to?" The old man's accent was so thick, Kate could hardly understand the words, and he was Yorkshire born and bred. The meaning was clear enough, however. He pressed down the latch and pushed her inside. He followed, having to duck to save his head, and shut the door. They both froze in place, listening, and Kate was aware of her bony angles conflicting with a sweet smell. She took the trouble to store her clothes with herbs. A dog whined. Kate turned to face new danger, but the small dog looked to be a spaniel, a gentle breed. Hard to tell its mood when it stood in front of the candlelit back room, but dogs didn't whine a threat. The woman pushed past Kate and hurried to the dog. "It's all right, Toby." She fondled its floppy ears, and the tail wagged.